In this Introduction to Turk's Head Knots video series, we're going to do the tying Spanish ring knots from a 3-part 4-bight Casa knot. We will go to the drawing in my book, and this drawing shows us the tying of a Spanish ring knot from a 3-part 4-bight Casa knot, which would be here, and then it goes to a 2-pass Spanish ring knot, which is a 5-part 7-bight knot. Then it continues to a 3-pass Spanish ring knot that is a 7-part 10-bight. For the sake of this video, we're only going to tie the 2-pass Spanish ring knot. To start out with, we will tie the 3-part 4-bight Casa knot, which we've covered once before in our 3-part video. But here we make a free run, then we go under one and over one, then we go under, over, then we're going to roll it and cross our bights. Now we lock in our bights, under, over. Now we're going to go in alongside of our standing end and follow the standing part through the knot. And right here I'd like to point out that there is a enlargement process to a gaucho knot from a Casa knot, and that is what we are tying in this making of a Spanish ring knot. And if the Casa knot is tied on the back side of the standing end, which would be a enlargement process number 2, this process is on the front side, where in a minute we will show a video on tying a 3-4, which is opposite. We'll point that out in that video. But right here is where we start the enlargement process from a Casa knot into a gaucho knot. And the Spanish ring knot is the smallest gaucho knot. It's a gaucho knot with 1 V. Okay, right here we're going to go under 2, over 1 to start this enlargement process. Now we roll our knot and go under 2, over 1. Now we roll our knot and we come back around, and I want to point out another thing. See these 2 strands that are side by side? In all of the other videos of tying Casa knots, we called these tracks, and we stayed between the tracks, splitting these strands that go across by going over, under. Well, in this, and in tying interweaves, and we call these 2 strands that are together a pair. In tracks, you're splitting between the 2 strands. In pairs, you're doing the splitting going across the 2 tracks. So that is called splitting the pairs. And that is important terminology when we get into interweaving Casa knots, making herringbone knots, pineapple knots, and that type of interweave. Okay, we want to split that pair. So we go under 2, split the pair, and go out over 2. Now we turn our knot, and you'll see that we've got another pair right here. We're going to split that pair, under 2, over 2. We're tangling that pair. Okay. And we did our over 2, and we turn right back into our knot. And here's our pair. Under 2, split the pair, out over 2. Now we've come back to our standing end. We go in under 2 alongside of our standing end, and we have completed our Spanish ring knot. And if you were wanting to continue to a 3-pass, here's where you do your under 3 to start that process again. So we have a 5-part. If we follow this strand through our knot, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and the strand doing the traveling makes it 5. Let me see if I can count our bites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-bite knot. So this is a 2-pass, 5-part, 7-bite Spanish ring knot. Thank you for watching the video.